Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Eve. This is Purgatory with Eve, and today we're gonna go through my summer reading list, which I'm so excited. I've been curating this list for like the past 3 weeks, the past month, so I'm really excited to finally share it with you guys. I wanted to make this summer kind of like a summer of rereads. I wanted to revisit some of my old favorites as well as, you know, some newer things that are coming out. I'm also going to try to speak a little bit slower in this video. I'd like to minimize the likes and ums that I typically use to fill the space when I don't have anything to say. So I'm gonna try to take this video a little bit slower so I can, you know, think about the things that I want to say before my mouth just starts moving. So without further ado, here are some of the videos. Here are some of the books that I want to read this summer of 2025. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is just my e-reader, of course, and we will go through some of the books in here. We'll do that last, I think. There we go with the ums. So this is in no particular order. I don't have a order that I want to read these in. I'm gonna try to go with like the mood reader flow thing, but we'll see. So first we have Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I'm really excited. This is one of the more enrichment books that I'm gonna be reading for enrichment. So there we go. I am gonna be rereading The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. The Horizon, which is a graphic novel that I got at the library. So I'll be starting this soon because I have to return it soon. And here's my baby messing with the books. I used to love Maximum Ride as a kid, so I plan to reread the Maximum Ride series as much as I can. So Maximum Ride by James Patterson, of course. And we've got a manga, Turitan, Birds of a Feather. This I have had on my shelf for a while, and I have the second edition too. So I'd really like to get into some more manga series this summer and like finish a manga series. So we've got Turitan, Birds of a Feather. Of course, I plan to reread my favorite, which is Twilight. I also have Midnight Sun, which I actually never got through finishing Midnight Sun. So I got like a little bit less than halfway. So I will be reading Twilight, the series, and then I'll be reading Midnight Sun. I'm not gonna do the side stories, like Bree Tanner, Life and Death. I'm not gonna do those ones. Just the true series and then Midnight Sun. Another childhood reread is going to be Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I don't know how to say her name, but I used to love these books so much when I was a kid. I loved Vampire Academy. I was so into it. And so I actually have the full series on my reader. So I'll probably start out with the first book, and then since all of the other books are on my e-reader, just read them there. I'm so excited to reread Vampire Academy. Next up, we've got The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. This is a huge compilation of all of the books, and I love it because the pages are very thin, like Bible paper. So really excited. I've actually never read this. I read part of the first one, I think. So I'm really excited to just take this with me somewhere this summer and just get going. I love how floppy it is. I love a good floppy paperback. So Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice, of course. Gotta go with some classics. Next up is going to be a reread of The Cipher by Kathy Koja. I absolutely love this book. Ugh, I love this book, and I want to revisit it. I want to get some, I want to annotate because it's definitely in a similar style as the book that I'm writing right now, how I want it to be. So I'm going to reread this one to study it and just for the experience. This is one of my 5-star reads. Like, I love this book. It's a 5-star read. It's one of my all-time favorites. So I've also got The Between by Tananarive Due. This will be my first Tananarive Due book ever. The only reason I haven't broken into it yet is because it's, of course, a hardcover. I've been debating on whether I should get the ebook of it. I tried looking for an audiobook and I didn't see one. So I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I might just have to suck it up and read the hardcover. We'll see. Next up, we've got another reread of Death Note. This is a special edition Death Note that I have. I have some of the single issues of Death Note, and I used to have the entire series. Don't know what happened to it. I think it probably got split up between me and my sister. But I do have this special edition, which is all of them in one, of course, and it's a chunky guy. The pages are really thin, like that Bible paper I was talking about in the Vampire Chronicles as well. So I definitely want to reread Death Note this summer. I've been wanting to rewatch the anime too, so it'll be nice to have a Death Note summer. I also feel like I have to mention I love the live action Death Note, and no, I'm not talking about the Netflix version. There's actually a Japanese Death Note live action movie split into 2 parts that is pretty amazing, so look it up because it's good. And I have it on DVD, but for some reason it won't work in my DVD player, so I'm gonna have to find I want to get a portable DVD player anyway, so hopefully it'll work in that. Next up, I've got Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang by Kylie Lee Baker. I will probably be reading this as soon as I finish A Certain Hunger, so, which is what I'm currently reading. I guess I should have started with that. So the first books that I'm starting off with this summer are A Certain Hunger by Chelsea Summers, as well as I am reading Hex by Thomas Huvalt. I have it on audiobook. I'm not sure the audiobook is for me. I also have the ebook, so I might switch my audiobook for something else because I think Hex is just something I'm gonna have to physically read. The narrator is really throwing me off, so I don't know about that one. Next up, we've got Stephen King's 11/22/63, one of my favorite books. This is my favorite Stephen King book of all time, and I absolutely love the show that they did on Hulu. I love James Franco, so I'm excited to read this and have it play in my head. Next up, we've got Unsweetened by Jodie Sweetin. This is an autobiography of, Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie in Full House. Yeah, she played Stephanie Tanner. I read this a really long time ago when I was in high school, and I've always loved it. It's always stuck with me. So I want to read it again because I want to. Next up, we've got Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. I've read this a couple times, like once in high school, maybe once in my adult life. So, but I still couldn't tell you what it's about, so I'm gonna read it again. Probably annotate it. Next up, we've got Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I found this in a local library, so one of the mini libraries, the free libraries. So I thought that this could be one of my enriching books for the summer, see what it's about. I have also got Sweat and Soap I love this manga. I've already read this first edition. I need to get the other ones. But I love this manga, and I figured I would get my like dose of romance through manga this summer because I don't really feel like reading actual romance books. So, Sweat and Soap, I love this one. Especially as somebody who's like really self-conscious about the way that they smell. This was written for me. Next, another manga we have is Devil's Line. Vampires, romance, manga, I'm there. Okay? I have the second edition of this as well, and hopefully I'll be getting the full series by the end of summer. And last but not least, for the physical book lineup, I've got Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. You can't tell me that Britney Spears' autobiography is not a summer read. I will be reading this summer by the beach, probably, hopefully. So those are the physical books that I have on my shelf. These are all from my shelf, except for the ones from the library. So my shelves are kind of looking bare right now. These are the books that trying to make them look organized, but I don't know if I can. These are the physical books that I have that are on my summer reading list, and now I can show you some of the ones on my reader if you would like. Here are some of the books that I have on my e-reader that I plan to read this summer. So, like I mentioned earlier, I'm currently reading A Certain Hunger by Chelsea Summers. And some other books that I have up here, I don't really plan on reading all of them, but if I do get to them, that'd be cool. First I've got Julie Chan is Dead by Lian Zhang. I really am excited to read Dust by Hugh Howey. This is the last book in the Silo series that I've been reading. Next up, we've got a French book. This is a graphic novel. I believe it's called Les Yeux Pétrifiés. It's Les Canettes de Cercy or something like that. I don't know. I can't read it that well. So, Bat Eater and Other Names for Corzang, I have the library book of, which I showed you guys. So another book is, I think this one's called Blood on Her Tongue. My e-reader's being a little slow today. Blood on Her Tongue, and who is this by? By Joanna Van Veen, I think. Yes, by Joanna Van Veen. So I have that book to read this summer. As you can tell, I really want all of the existential breakdown women books. The Lamb by Lucy Rose. Bonus points if they're cannibals. So I'm really excited for these. Sorry if I keep saying that. I am, though. We've got Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. Triangles by Ellen Hopkins, I'm really looking forward to. Definitely a good drama to enjoy by the poolside. Let's see, what else do we have? Letters to the Purple Satin Killer by, who's it by? Joshua Chaplinsky. I've heard really good things about this book. What else do we have? And like I said, I've got the entire series of Vampire Academy up here. So, Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice. 1,789 pages to read the complete series. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm so looking forward to it. Next up, oh, this is another nostalgic read. So one of my favorite series as a kid was Legacy by Kayla Kluver. And I think this is the whole series. I think it is. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is, because I know that the first book is not 360 pages. But anyway, so I've got Legacy by Kayla Kluver, which was one of my favorite books to read as a kid. It was my favorite series. And last but not least, we've got The Rats by James Herbert. I really want to read this. It's been on my list for a while, and I think I'm going to use this summer to finally get around to it. So these are the books that I have on my e-reader that I plan to read this summer. Let me know if any of them interest you. What are you reading this summer? And what else are you going to do this summer? Thank you guys for watching so much. Please like, comment, mostly comment. I really like to talk to people over the internet. So yeah, have a good day and thank you for watching.